What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, another day, another dollar. Be breaking down the mini futures per usual. We're gonna be looking at the contracts here on the 30-minute time frame. I'm gonna try to make this one rather brief, as there isn't a whole lot to discuss. Today was a very choppy day as far as price action goes. Volatility kicked up, algorithms went wild once the FOMC data came out, and then Fed Speaker Jerome Powell came out and started with his testifying and then answering questions with the media. Caused a lot of back and forth action in the Three Stooges, Curly, Larry, and Moe. The last three time frames of the day was very, very volatile, and I'm sure a lot of people got crushed. And that's exactly why I don't trade after 2 p.m. I'll trade sometimes, usually up until then, because sometimes you can find trades. But today, I just felt like sitting it out. Yesterday, I didn't take any trades, or I attempted to take trades yesterday, but never pulled back to where I was comfortable. So I just kind of missed the long grind up. But needless to say, we are just in a balance still. Not a whole lot to lean against for the buyers or the sellers, other than just balance rules right now. Very choppy price action. Today we go out with today's low, today's high, and a 10Y point of control, believe it or not. So honestly, you probably could have taken one heck of a short against the balance high, which was at 4609.25, which was this day's high here. 4609.25 was the balance high. And when it comes to balance rules, typically the way they work is you either get near a balance high, test it, and back off pretty good. You get near a balance high, touch it, back off pretty good. You get near a balance high, push through it just a hair, which is what we did today. We only pushed up to 1075. So you get through it by just a hair, stretching that balance, and then you roll over and then revisit the opposite end of the balance. Or you push through it and don't look back. And that's usually, the case that the bulls want to see. Buyers, they want to see us push through that balance high, which I'm going to highlight real quick just so you guys can see in simple terms of supply and demand, how people are kind of looking at this, this balance area, or this area of consolidation. So we'll highlight that. And then my balance low area is going to be here. This is going to be the balance low. So there's your supply and your demand levels. And that's what you're looking at, right? That's what people are basing it off of. So right now we just bumped our head up into that area of supply, or what I would like to say is my balance high area. We just stretched that balance today by about a point and a couple ticks. Not a whole lot there to lean against. Sellers definitely had a very good opportunity for a mean reversion to come back to that 10Y point of control, which is down at 85. So if anybody got short up here at 610 and let this thing roll over back down to 84 or even to the day's low, they're either really lucky or really reckless, because I would not have taken any of those trades during that time frame. And the same thing on the long side, they could have faded the extreme. That's usually where you can kind of get into the market, but other than that, there really isn't any trades. So overall, just remaining in a balance here. If we can't take out today's high, or retest our balance high, which we stretched today by just a point or and a couple of ticks, then you'll look to rotate over to the lower end of this balance area, which was this 45.25 area. So if you can't find any more buyers up here, this market will roll over and test the balance low. Now let's go ahead and look. Go ahead and mark our destinations here, and then we'll look at the daily, and I'll show you that as well. And yesterday we went out with a double distribution. Hopefully you guys seen my post yesterday, but we went out with a double distribution to the upside, tested the balance high, and I was kind of saying, if we cannot take it out, watch out for that weak high there. as we were weak against that. If we couldn't take it out, then this market could roll back over towards the end. But today kind of, put the brakes on the buyers for a little bit, at least, showing that there really wasn't much buying or aggressive buying above that high here from the 19th. So let's go ahead and mark destinations real quick and delete a few of these areas. So low of day today was 45.73.75. So we'll just move this down. 73.75. If I can type sometime today, that'd be kind of cool. So there's our low of day. We're going to mark our 10Y point of control, which is going to be right here, closest point to half back, 10 wide at 87.50. 10 wide. Wide point of control, and then we have today's high, which is now our balance high. If we take it out tomorrow, even if it's by just a little bit, then the daily will go one time framing up. But for now, we're just going to say we stretched the balance high, and we'll look at that here in the bigger picture in a second. Just hang tight. And of course, I love it when that happens. It just disappears. You have it there and then it just disappears. Oh, you love it. You love to see it. My freaking mouse isn't working. I'm telling you, one day I'm going to go buy a new one. Go buy a new one. I've only had this mouse for like 8 months too, which is sad. Just goes to show you how ham I be going on the mouse. I can't type. Just ignore me. All right, so there are your destinations. We have today's high of day, 46.10.75. If we take that out tomorrow, we will be one time framing up on the daily. However, if we open up inside today's range, inside of today's value, look to chop around that 45.87.50 before making a decision on which way we want to trade, whether it's up or down. And then we have today's low of day at 45.73.75. If we take that out, then you'll look to continue to push down lower until you back test that balance low of 45.25. Not a whole lot to lean on for buyers, not a whole lot to lean on for sellers, to say the least. Let's go ahead and look at our larger time frames here. And just to show you guys, since we haven't gone over it in quite some time, let's look at the monthly as we are coming to the end of July. Let's see how the end of this month is starting to shape us up. So we have been one time framing up on the monthly. However, we've last month's high was at 46.09.25. We just barely took that out today. So we keep the one-time framing intact. However, this month did not really get much extension above that. So our buyers starting to kind of, tire out here. Are we starting to lose a little bit of momentum to the upside? It's a very good possibility. You can see volume starting to drop off a little bit on the monthly chart. So, buyers have had a good run. Maybe it's time to put the monthly back into some type of balance for a little while. Oh, excuse me. That's the weekly. Not even looking at the right chart. My bad. Okay, so that was last week. Excuse me. Ignore everything I just said. Monthly, still one time framing up. Really good is what we're looking like on the monthly chart. We're looking really strong, really solid. Looking to take out that March high back of 2022 at 46.31. So our monthly looking good, closing it out. Weekly, that's what I was just talking about here. Today is a wacky day. My brain's not working. Weekly, just took out last week's high. However, not much extension volume drying up, just like I was discussing. However, we could put this weekly back into some type of balance by taking the daily balance low out, and then taking out this week's low at some point in time, which is 45.68.75. So we take out that low at 68.75 sometime next week, or we take out last week's low at 36.25. We'll put this weekly back into some type of balance. We have, 2 trading days left. It's very possible we roll this bad boy over, have a bit of an outside week down scenario in the case. Not expecting it, kind of expecting a little bit more chop, as we don't know which way we want to go. Let's go ahead and look at our daily balance here. As you can see, all those gaps I have marked on my chart. Daily balance just now being stretched by a hair, 46.10.50, 46.10.75, however you want to say it. The 30-minute chart says 75, so that's what we're going to put in. 46.10.75 is now our balance high. We take that out, we will be one time framing up. Balance low, 45.25, right? We'll be one time framing down once we take that out. We have the 20-day moving average creeping on up. 20-day moving average creeping up. Does it get to the bottom of our balance low by the time we test it? And does that provide some type of trampoline bounce for it to move back up and take out the high and continue to rotate up towards our target of 46.31? Or do we roll over, get below it, fill this gap here, and then back test our 50, which has been creeping up slowly but surely as all of these moving averages have been curling up, which is very positive. This week, much more today and throughout this week have been pretty decent on volume. Not the best, however, still below average. We want to see volume kind of creep on up. However, this market can grind higher with very low volume, so keep that in mind. With everything being said, ladies and gentlemen, wear your hard hats, use stops, keep it going out there. We'll catch you in the next one. See you.